So my fridge kept making noise on and off while I was recording this video, so that's what you hear in the background sometimes. Yay! On to the spiel. I broke up with my boyfriend. The decision to end the relationship wasn't easy, but it needed to be done. As much as I wanted to believe everything was fine, everything wasn't fine, and I couldn't keep pretending everything was fine. My want to stay in the relationship was conquered by my need to be okay, so I walked away. Which begs the question, are you okay? Considering the fact that okay is a relative term, and I've been in a perpetual state of fear since I was 16, I guess I'm fine. Obviously, there was a massive disconnect between the relationship's reality and reality, so here's the rundown. He wanted things, and I wanted things. Sometimes we wanted the same things, which was great. Other times, we wanted different things and were able to talk about it and come to a compromise, which was cool. But our interactions didn't always fit neatly into these two categories. My ex made it known he wanted to make me happy, and he was keen on doing things he thought would make me happy. Thought being the key word. He wasn't very good at asking if what he thought I wanted was what I actually wanted, or if what I wanted coincided with what he wanted, because we've already established he had wants, and he wanted his wants to be wanted. I wanted to hear his wants to see if I wanted what he wanted, but he wasn't consistently open with what he wanted, even when I asked. So how could I have wanted what he wanted if I didn't know what he wanted? Does your head hurt yet? Just wait. There's more. He wanted his wants to be my wants, but asking if what he wanted was what I wanted wasn't his forte, much like asking if what he thought I wanted was what I actually wanted. Now, I do have to give him some credit here. Even though he wasn't always open with what he wanted, or willing to ask me what I wanted, it did happen. But he operated as if the question was a formality. As if I would automatically want what he wanted, and it got progressively harder to inform him otherwise. Each time my wants didn't line up with his wants, he got increasingly frustrated. Not that he would tell me the lack of mutual wants led to frustration, but it wasn't hard to put the pieces together. I tried to talk to him about his wants and my wants and navigating our non-mutual wants multiple times, but he claimed he didn't know what he wanted. But how could he not know what he wanted when I asked him what he wanted, but have a precise vision for us when it was convenient for him? Clearly he knew what he wanted, but refused to tell me, which doesn't make sense because if he wanted to make me happy, he would have told me what he wanted when I asked him what he wanted. You know, like I wanted. How's your head? I know, just stick with me. So instead of addressing the underlying tension of his wants not being my wants by either straight up telling me or having a conversation I wanted to have about our collective wants, he would resign himself to doing things he thought I wanted. And as I've alluded to several times, what he thought I wanted wasn't what I actually wanted. But to be honest, there were times when I thought I wanted what he thought I wanted. Until I realized he used what he thought I wanted as leverage to get what he wanted. So his inclination to make unilateral decisions regarding my wants makes me believe he was really only interested in his wants because if my wants were wanted, his thoughts of what I wanted wouldn't be enough to justify a decision because I'm the only one who truly knows what I want and he would have been aware of this fact and realized his thoughts of what I wanted would need to be accepted or rejected by me and me alone. It also would have been helpful if he understood I'm not obligated to want what he wants or do what he wants, regardless if my wants are met. I've definitely given you a migraine, and I am very sorry. Knowing the relationship wasn't working didn't make it any easier to walk away. I spent the majority of the breakup day crying and sleeping. I ate a single meal of chicken and toaster waffles, only because I had to work. It was good. At least until I threw up because the chicken was old. But I still went to work. Heartbreak and vomit don't pay the bills. I would also like to point out the breakup took place on September 11th. I was unaware of this nugget of information until after the fact, but the dark irony exists nonetheless. I'm convinced said irony laces God's sense of humor. I'd bet my second-born there's a punchline at the other end of every black hole. I know what you're thinking. Aren't you supposed to offer your firstborn as collateral in a cosmic wager? Probably, but I won't. It's too cliché. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. If you liked it, share it with a friend and spread the joy. If you didn't like it, share it with a friend so you guys can hate me together. Because misery loves company.